I don't want to say I'm avoiding this question, but like someone asked boyfriend question mark and the answer is
com cabelos cor de mel singela.
I am apologizing in advance if I'm ever talking to the camera and I just have crusties all over my face. I blame it on Accutane because I really try my best to like exfoliate and to stay smooth and to not be flaking. I am now gonna change into a cute outfit to go run my quick 2 errands. So I just said errands. Errands? Errands. Errands. Okay, this is the base outfit, and then I'm gonna take this Free People sweater. This is one of my all-time favorite colors to wear. I love this color too. Like, I definitely would say this is a favorite color, but this is one of my favorite colors to wear specifically. But this sweater is super fun because it's very slouchy. So it's just like, looks like a tent, but in the best way possible. And then I like wearing my shirt underneath it because then it kind of just droops. Should I wear the flip-flops or should I wear the Birkenstocks? The nice thing about the flip-flops is that I have a big blister right now and the flip-flops don't touch that side of my toe. I feel like the flip-flops look more beachy, but then the Birkenstocks look cooler. I might wear the Birkenstocks. I'm gonna wear the Birkenstocks. I think all of my brushes are in my car, so I'll brush my hair when I get there, but I'm gonna put in a little bit of dry shampoo. I don't really use dry shampoo now because it's greasy. I just feel like it freshens up my hair, like the smell. And then also, and I'm gonna add a little bit of hair oil too. I was so good about hair, like I would oil my hair, I feel like very consistently. Honestly, for the past couple of years, like I've been a lot more conscious of like my hair health and like taking care of it because I really wanted it to like grow long and healthy. And it's interesting because I feel like my hair has gotten to the point where I honestly love the length. Like I don't even really desire for it to be that much longer. I just want to be healthy and like strong. Generally speaking, like I feel like for the longest time I was always like wanting my hair to be at a certain point, and now I feel like it is. So I feel like I've almost like kind of relaxed on my hair care, and like those actions are like what got me here today. And so it's like I want to continue keeping those up even though I have my goal or my results that I wanted. I've reached it. Like that's how you maintain it, is by upping those, is by maintaining those habits. So yeah, anyway. This one, don't be deceived, it's actually not the day hair oil. I used up all the day hair oil and I just really like the bottle, so I filled it like almost like a refill with the, it's actually the Trader Joe's coconut hair oil, but I put inside of the Dare. I cannot speak today. It is the Trader Joe's coconut hair oil and I put it inside of the Day hair oil. So I feel like YouTube is a whole different space because I feel like I'm more open to talk about things that like I maybe wouldn't typically like talk about on Instagram or TikTok, and that's like the beauty of like long format content, is like there's just more time to just sit and talk about stuff. And so part of this also being like a life update. So Evelyn, my sister, so if you are completely new to my channel, you might not even know who Evelyn is. So let me just give a really quick background introduction because maybe you already know who she is. But she's my older sister. She is 8 years older than I am. When she was 20 and I was 12, it was her idea to start this whole YouTube channel because she loved editing, and so we started it together. So I was kind of like the face of the channel and she was the behind the scenes. And so we've literally never stopped since, and it's been like almost 8 years this July. So Evelyn does like this video that you're watching, she edited it. So she and I have lived together for the longest time. Her husband just got residency in Indiana because he's becoming a doctor, which is so great. I'm so proud of him and just excited for the both of them. But she just recently moved out of state across the country to Indiana. And so we had like already been working remotely. I'm gonna go wash my hands because I don't want to get my hair oil on my face. Evelyn and I had already been working remotely because she had moved out when she got married over a year ago. And so she moved up to a different part of the state in Utah, and so we would just meet up like every couple of weeks and we would shoot content together, like batch content, and then we would just like FaceTime, and like honestly we did a really good job working remotely. Anyway, so the issue really wasn't that like she had moved away, because I'm used to that, but now that she's living like across the country, it's like okay, we the next time I'm gonna see her is not, I don't think, until August. What was my point with this? I'm not joking when I say this. Sometimes I wonder if I struggle with short-term memory loss, because how is it that, anyway. But I remembered, it's pretty much, I was talking about Evelyn is, so now she pretty much lives across the country and we don't see each other. We FaceTime if we need to, we have work calls remotely. I pretty much almost have like, I don't want to say I have all this free time now, because like I still like do content creation. So I wake up in the morning and like try to plan out what I'm doing for the day, and I plan it out and it's pretty structured. But now I definitely though, like I don't meet up with Evelyn often, like on the weekends now and stuff like that. So I kind of have this, especially now that summertime, I'm not in school, I'm like, I have extra free time and I like trying new things and I like having new experiences. And so I was thinking about like looking for nannying jobs here in Utah, because I have a few friends that do it and they really like it. And so I was like, honestly, that could be something I could do part-time, because last summer I worked at a grocery store for like the summer and I really enjoyed that experience. And I was like, honestly, it'd be kind of nice to get like a summer job. So anyway, that was my whole point of bringing that up. Sorry that took me 9 years to get to, but pretty much I today have been like, I've been looking for the past like couple weeks like here and there for nannying jobs, but today I really I looked at a ton of like job application opportunities and I submitted some, but that's something that's up in the air, so I don't know if I'm gonna end up doing it because it really depends if like I can get it to work with my schedule, which I think could be really fun. But okay, I don't even know why I'm doing my makeup because I'm just going to the store. It ain't gonna do much. This past semester was interesting because I thought that's how I was gonna be with school, but I was so unmotivated with school because I thought I was gonna drop out. I don't think I am now. We'll talk about that more later. But I felt like I really did not enjoy going to school this past semester. So I just felt like I didn't even have a routine with that because it was just like, I didn't want to be there. So I didn't want to wake up for it. It just like, my long story short though is that I do enjoy like having routine and having places to be and having that structure. And so sometimes summertime, I feel like even growing up, like by the end of or like middle of July, I would always be like so ready to come back to school. Like that last month, I was just like honestly itching to go back to school, and not because I like was obsessed with school and thought it was the funnest thing in the world, but I just like loved having that routine of waking up like and being to school by 7:30 and being able to rely on that. Like I just enjoyed that. So anyway, I think my whole point of saying that is that with like a nannying job, I think it would be nice to have like something a couple of days a week to do, especially during the summertime when I have like a lot more free time. Plus it's like, if it's only for like part-time. I feel like I'm talking a lot but saying nothing. So I was looking for a ton of that today, and then another thing I was looking for were new contracts to potentially purchase so I could maybe move back to Provo, like Utah County area next semester, because originally I was gonna live at home, but now I'm thinking I kind of want to come back. So there's just a lot of changes that have been happening like lately, just within that past couple of months, where I'm like, my plans have been shifting a bit, and so I don't really know what's going on right now, but I know that like it will all work out. But I think it has kind of been a little stressful for me lately. Not in a bad way, because it's like good things to be stressed about, and like I also know that they will work out, you know, everything's gonna be fine, but they're just like some new things that I'm like, okay, like what do I want to do? Do I want to go back to school? Do I want to drop out of school? Do I want to move back to Provo? Do I want to live at home? You know, so anyway, just things to think about. Where did I put the lid for this? But now I'm gonna head out and let's go run those errands together before I chat your little ear off. Okay, here are the beautiful leftovers. We got cornbread and we have chili. Evelyn posted on our Instagram story, my sister, this chili recipe, and so I made it. And I feel like I didn't do that good of a job. When I made it, I was kind of in a rush, so I feel like I got some of the measurements wrong, but it's still like good, especially like cornbread fixes everything. This is kind of also switching topics. I was thinking about moving back out to Provo, but this apartment complex that I live at, back in the day when they were like giving the opportunity to renew your contracts, I didn't take it because I didn't think I was going to move back. And now the entire apartment complex is now full, and so I can't really renew my contract even if I wanted to. I'm sure I could eventually like buy the contract from someone, but I'm honestly fine with like leaving and trying out a new place in Provo. But I do think the hard part is like this has been such a nice place to live. Like this just really has been such a nice place to live that I feel like the standard has been set very high, where I'm like, a lot of the contracts that I'm looking at, I'm like, okay, this definitely isn't as nice as where I'm currently living, but it's a lot more affordable. And then on top of that, like, I'm fine with that. Like, part of the college experience is like not living in the nicest of the nicest, and so I feel like I've been very blessed to live here the past couple months. But anyway, I feel like the thing that's honestly most important to me, like, I really don't care like if the house is nice or anything, it's just like lighting. Like, I love how bright my apartment is, especially my bedroom. Like, it gets so much natural light, and so I think that'd be the hard part for me. Like, I was looking at a private room here, but it's in the basement, and I'm just like, don't want to feel like I'm in a dark dungeon, because I feel like that really does affect the way I feel a lot. That's something that I've been like recognizing from my apartment the past couple of days. I'm like, wow, I live in a very, very nice place. It's gonna be hard to top this or to find somewhere even like remotely like this. So anyway, I feel like I live in the gem of Provo, and when I move out here, I'll tell you guys the name of the apartment complex, because I really like highly recommend it to everyone. Bon appetit. Here's my chili and cornbread. Honestly, I really like leftovers. Sometimes I feel like they taste better than the day I make it, because the flavors can like sit and marinate. So I'm excited to eat this. And then we're going to grab a le gras. I'm gonna eat this, take my Accutane, and then I'll head out to actually run my errands. It's actually super nice weather, so I'm gonna eat this outside, but look how pretty. Delish. Ate that right up. Now I'm gonna go grab my Accutane. Here's today's roundup. I got the 2 Accutane pills, which is about 80 milligrams. Then I have my 20 milligrams of prednisone, which is supposed to help with swelling, inflammation, and redness in the skin. So, and like I said, I'm gonna brush my hair. Okay, I'm now here at the post office. Anyway, but I just need to drop this off. This box is full of Joe West samples. Looks like Captain America. I'm trying to enter my clean girl era and actually take care of my car. It's time to vacuum the car.
Hi everybody, it is the next day. Sorry for the abrupt ending. I pretty much ran out of memory card storage, which sucks because it was my big memory card too, so. But it is the next day and I wanted to actually wanted to do like the actual like Q&A part today and just like park and just do that uninterrupted. So I'm at Swig because I wanted to have a little drink while I do the Q&A. Not that it feels awkward if I don't have anything, but you know, like I don't drink, so this is unrelated, but like how bartenders like clean the dishes while they're talking to make like them more comfortable. Is that a thing? I remember hearing that, but it's like while I talk about my Q&A and about my life, like I want to like drink something, I want to have something to eat. So anyway, I don't know if that makes sense, but at Swig I got the strawberry breeze with sparkling water and then I get it blended so it's like icy. There she is. It's the strawberry breeze 16 ounce sparkling water blended. It's delicious. One of the first questions is, how's living alone going? Do you find it easier or harder? Okay, so I moved out for the first time away from home post high school. So I graduated high school in 2021, and for that first year of college, I lived at home. And then I moved out for the first time to Thailand for my semester abroad where I taught English. So that's my first time like living away from home, but I feel like I don't count that just because it was such a short, like it was only for about 3 months, and it was also such like a very quick paced, like very fun, exciting thing that I don't feel like it was like living alone or like moving out. I don't know, because it was technically, but anyway. So I feel like my first official time moving out was just this past January of this year to my apartment that I now live at now. And the first couple months when I moved out, I feel like I was really struggling, honestly, a lot. Like January and February were pretty hard. I feel like just every single day I wanted to go home. Like I remember there's also a few weeks specifically where my sister Evelyn and her husband Brian were living at my parents' house because they were about to move and there was just in some transition. So pretty much my little sister Amanda and Evelyn were both at home and they would be like Snapchatting me, like giggling, like doing, like having fun times, and then I would be like alone in my apartment and I really didn't feel like I had many friends. And so, and like my one roommate Caitlin that I like hang out with, like she'd be at work or like someone would be going out. I just felt like lonely, and I feel like for those couple months and a little bit into March even, I feel like as I actively kept on trying to like put myself out there of like making new friends, I feel like I was just like not having a lot of success. And then I feel like more and more as I changed my attitude about it, and also just like I feel like the remedy to most issues in life come down to 3 things, which are time, the Savior Jesus Christ, and routine. And I feel like routine is really the heavy one that like I feel like a lot of people know that like time heals all wounds and so does the Savior, but like really routine I feel like is the secret to day-to-day healing and day-to-day adjustment, and being able to like love your life is the secret of your routine. And so I feel like for me, like I knew things were gonna get better, and I knew that like moving out was like, and struggling moving out was like temporary. And so I feel like I created a good routine of like waking up, going to school. I tried to go to the gym very often, like, and start running. That's when I feel like I got more into running. I was just running on the indoor track, and I feel like just day by day I noticed like that I wasn't missing home as much in the best way possible, which is a good thing. Now I love being moved out, and now I love living on my own, and I love my family, and I love going back home and visiting, but like I really enjoy the independence, and I enjoy having my own space, and it's just nice to like be moved out. So that's my long answer to that question is living alone is going great, and I feel like it used to be very hard, but now it's gotten drastically easier to the point where now I love it. And if anything, I don't know if I want to move back home this semester. For a while I was thinking I was, but now I'm thinking I'm going to continue going to college and living away from home. So that's the answer. So I asked, do you ever feel uncomfortable / unwelcome to talk about your faith publicly? No, not really, because first off, I don't really talk about like my faith, like explicitly is maybe not the right word. I don't feel like I talk too much about it to the point where I feel like I'm completely exposed to the public, and like all of my just private and most intimate thoughts are like on spirituality or just there floating on the internet. Like I feel like I'm pretty general when I talk about my faith. So no, I don't feel like unwelcome or uncomfortable about that. And then secondly, like my platform I feel like attracts like a lot of young adults, specifically like young girls that are also religious, and so like a lot of us, we just all kind of like get it, I feel like, on the platform. And if you're not religious, like you're totally welcome here too. And so I feel like just in general, like people are kind, and if they're not, then I just remove them from my platform. Like I just block them. But that's not even often at all. So like I feel like in general, no, I feel pretty comfortable like talking about my faith, and I feel like I do it in a way that feels natural and authentic to me. So it's like I don't really overthink it that much. But someone asked, have you ever considered serving a mission? If you are a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, you know that missions are pretty much where girls have the option to go serve for an allotted time of a year and a half in a foreign country. It could be in the United States. You can speak a different language. Like it's a pretty big deal because it's a large, very honorable thing to do because it's such a big commitment and sacrifice. Wait, where'd the question go? So the question was, have you ever considered serving a mission? Yes, for sure. Like for the longest time, I actually thought I was going to serve, and then that kind of went on the back burner, and then I didn't think I was, and then there was like a solid, like the fall of 2021. That is when I feel like I diligently sought out an answer whether or not I should serve a mission. I actually thought there's probably a good week there. It was like in October. I was like, I think I'm gonna serve a mission. Like I'm gonna put a pause on YouTube. And then the more I started progressing with that, I felt more and more wrong about it, and it just didn't feel right. And the more I prayed about it, I was like, I don't think serving a traditional like proselyting mission is right for me. I think it is amazing, and I really respect a lot of people that do it. But so yes, I did consider it, but I ended up concluding that it wasn't for me, and so that was that. When can we expect the Joas pop-up shop? This August, so get excited, get your wallets ready, because there's gonna be lots of cute dresses. All right. Someone asked, are you still in college? Can you give an update on that whole thing? So I feel like I've been so confusing about college. So what I've told you guys and what is true is that I've been going to college at UVU to get my associate's degree in general studies. So just getting my general classes done in a 2-year degree. I'm more than halfway done with it now, and I this past semester did awful in my classes, like horrible, and I barely show up to my classes, and I really had a bad attitude about college this semester, which I shouldn't have. Pretty much what happened was the first couple of weeks I was doing great, and I feel like I'm a pretty good student, but then I went out of town and I just didn't do any homework. I didn't even check on it. Like I didn't even check Canvas for probably a solid 2 weeks, which was so dumb of me. But it put me so far behind in my classes that it made me so unmotivated to even try to tackle it. And then I feel like the rest of the semester was just playing catch up, and then that just was like, I didn't even feel like I was learning anything. Like I was just showing up, just trying to get my assignments done. And then I was like, why am I paying for college? Why am I going to college? So then I was seriously considering dropping out. Really seriously. Like I was like, I think I'm just gonna call it good, because I feel like it's a waste of my time, it's a waste of my money. But now I feel like I've been praying about it and thinking about it, and I feel like education is very important. I don't think college is the only way to get educated, for sure, but I do feel like college is a wonderful opportunity, and I have such easy access to it, and I'm in a stage of life where, like, honestly, what else am I doing than bettering myself and being able to get an education? So I at least am going to finish my associate's degree. That's what I'm anticipating. And so this semester I'm going to go back to college. I'm going to sit down with my UVU advisor and try to really just crack it down, get it done. But I know this sounds dumb, but like I really have had such a bad attitude about school for a while. For the past couple semesters, I've only gone to college for 3 semesters. So this past 2 semesters, I feel like I was just kind of done with it. But this semester I'm like, I really want to go into it. Okay, here's another thing too though. I'm the worst student, I guess. I say I'm a good student because I get good grades, but I'm not a good student in the sense that like I'm kind of lazy in the way I get about, like I pushed off to the last minute. I feel like I always procrastinate. I feel like I'm Googling a lot of the answers. I'm not actually trying to figure them out and like learn them. And so I feel like with this upcoming semester, I really want to go back and I really want to prioritize homework, prioritize getting it done on time, prioritize actually learning the content and not just like memorizing it. And I feel like what's the harm in that? So I'm gonna go back to college this semester. I'm gonna try to have a better attitude about it and really try to actually like prioritize schooling, which is something I feel like does not come very naturally to me, and so that's something I'm working on. But anyway, so I'm going back to college this semester and I plan to finish my associate's degree as of now. Okay, you guys are so funny. There's literally like, I'm like reading, I'm trying to find, I don't want to say I'm avoiding this question, but like multiple people are asking it, and so I'm like, I should just answer it. But a lot of people are asking, are you still waiting on a missionary? Are you still waiting on a missionary? How are your boys on the missions? Do you have a boyfriend? Do you have a boyfriend? Boyfriend question mark? So that is so fun. The girl, whoever asked, how are your boys on the missions? You're funny, but you're right. Long story short, one of the boys, it did not work out, which is totally fine. And then the other boy, he's still on his mission technically, but we're not waiting for each other. And I really hope the best for him, but like, I'm not stressed or worried about that. And then someone asked boyfriend question mark, and the answer is yes. That is it. That's that. That's all I'm gonna share, because here's the thing with YouTube and just social media in general, I feel like I'm been a lot more private about that. Just in general, dating, I feel like I'm pretty private about it online, just because I feel like until I'm literally almost engaged or married, I really don't want to be like introducing random boys online just to have them be gone in a few months. Not that I date like a ton of people like that. I used to go on like a lot of like just like dates, and I'd maybe go on like 1, 2, maybe 3 dates, and then I'd be done. But I do have a boyfriend right now, and it's been a lot of fun, and I'm really enjoying my time with him, but I like it to at least just for now, like I just like to keep it personal between me and him. And I think until like I figure things out more seriously, I just don't really want to like introduce him online. Anyway, yeah. You guys, I'm literally okay, that's that. So yes, I do have a boyfriend. Next question. A lot of people are asking like how am I doing mentally, which I think is super sweet. But I'm doing really well. I feel like generally I have pretty good mental health and I feel like I take care of myself. Does not mean I'm excused from bad days or bad seasons, you know, but generally I feel like I keep up on my mental health and I have always made it a priority, and so I'm doing just fine. Thank you for asking. And then also another thing I want to touch on is like I stopped going to therapy a little while ago. I finished that up, but I just want to say I'm such an advocate for it, and I feel like it was such a wonderful outlet to have in my life that I didn't have really before, and I just highly recommend it to anyone. If you're struggling with your mental health right now, or you just feel like it's not even maybe that you're struggling, but you're just feeling overwhelmed and you feel like you want a space to talk, or you just want to better manage your stress, like therapy is amazing. So you guys, literally every single question's boyfriend. Okay, I will actually, not to talk about dating more, but a little bit, because someone just asked how are you feeling about dating right now, question mark, and any tips on trusting God's timing. I don't know why I said question mark. Someone asked any tips on trusting God's timing. Something I will express to you guys right now is I think like I have been experiencing, I feel like a little bit of stress of like kind of what's going on with my dating life and kind of what does God have planned for me. I'm a little confused. I thought it was this for so long and now it might not be. Maybe it still is. I don't know. I feel like there's just so many unknowns in my life that weren't there before. There's a lot of really wonderful things in my life right now, but I think I'm just a little confused because I feel like I don't know what God's plan is for me right now. And I feel like that's hard because for the longest time I feel like I did know, and I feel like it's been shifting. Even just this past semester, I'm like, I don't really know. I'm being so vague, but pretty much I think something that I've been learning and God has been teaching me a lot is just taking life a day at a time and focusing on what can I control today and what can I not control, and giving that to God. And that is so much easier said than done. But I do think that is something I've been working on, and trying to also trust that like ultimately I know that God has wonderful things planned and in store for me, and as long as I'm doing my best to be my best, like those things will happen. And not saying it's gonna be easy, and not saying it's gonna be convenient or it's going to be just handed to me on a silver platter, but I do think like things will work out and they will be fine. And ultimately, wouldn't I just want what God wants for me? Because wouldn't that be what's best for me? And wouldn't that be what's gonna make me happiest, you know? So I think just I've been working on trusting God's timing and his plan for me, and even if that looks different than what I anticipated. So something I like to say is that God's timing is always punctual. Like as long as you are really trying your best to be your best, like you're not gonna miss the opportunity of a lifetime if you needed to have the opportunity, or you're not gonna end up with the wrong person if you know, it's like if you really are trying your best, God's not gonna lead you astray. So I'm trusting that and working on that. And so anyway, but it's been interesting with dating, because I think for a while I wasn't going on dates, and then I was, and then now I really am, and yeah, just a day at a time pretty much. So anyway, someone asked any fun summer plans. I feel like my big like traveling plans were literally in May, like going to New York and Iceland, which was so fun. But honestly, the rest of the summer's like just sticking around. I'm going to California at the end of June for VidCon, which I'm so excited for. It's gonna be super fun, but I'm going to that, and we're gonna go to Disneyland. The rest of the summer, I think I'm just sticking around. So, and then the Joas pop up in August, so I'm super excited for that. But generally, no, like, which honestly, having no plans sometimes is super fun, because it's just like, just a summer at home. So I'm excited to do that. Someone asked, have you been through the temple? If you're LDS, then you'll understand what that means. If not, it's just pretty much going through the temple essentially means, in my religion, we have temples that if you are worthy, you're able to enter, and you can make covenants with God to receive higher power, which is so beautiful, and I'm so grateful for it. I did receive my endowments. I received them in July of 2021, so it'll be 2 years this July, next month. That's crazy. Anyway, so yes, I have received my endowments. Someone said, would you say hello to my friend Lucas? Hi, Lucas. Anyway, I think that's pretty much it. I feel like I've spilled too much already. It's been 21 minutes. Okay, that's enough for today, alright? I'm gonna go to the farmer's market with Ava, my friend. Why don't we keep these good vibes going, alright? Remember when we were in DC and I said that it was... What'd you say? Oh, we were talking about Grey's Anatomy. And I said Patrick Swayze instead of Patrick Dempsey. And everyone in the comments was like, that's wrong! Guys, we're back in the vlog. Back together forever. Ava is back in the vlog, and we're about to go to this cute farmer's market that we don't know if exists or not. We'll find out. To be continue. Look how cute. Ava's always dressed so cute. Summer girl. Summer girl.
Can we do your outfit?
Sure. That's
Cute.
it. Costco, American Eagle.
That's with our Bagu bags. The best of the best.
The best of the best.
Just stick it.
You look so. Okay, Ava and I are getting the goods. We already got, she's got some sourdough and she got her watermelon juice. I got a cup. Can I film your stand? Okay, that's up to you. What was your name again?
Maddie.
This is Maddie. This is her card stand. I just bought one for my dad. I got the what's brown and sticky. Because my dad would love that one. But they're so cute. We're just here. Anyway. Bye. Trying some salsa.